以下是耶稣针对奇迹正文第7章天国的礼物第4节疗愈即是认清真相的释义，请在看完奇迹正文第7章第4节之后再来聆听。You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. 你确实是有福之人，我是你所知的耶稣。One of the great difficulties of living in a three-dimensional world, in a three-dimensional body, as you perceive it, is this idea of sickness and death.当你活在三次元的世界，住在你所认为的三次元身体中，你要面临的一大困境就是疾病与死亡。This is the overriding proof that God does not exist, and this is the proof that the ego will use with you that God has abandoned you. 这是用来证明上主并不存在的首要证据，这是小我用来证明上主已经遗弃你的证据。But the truth, of course, is that you have chosen to come into separation, and you have indeed abandoned God.And that is really the great turnaround that has happened within your own mind. 然而真相是，你选择进入分裂之境，且实际上你遗弃了上主，这正是你的心中需要彻底翻转的观念。Remember, you accuse others of what you have done, and so when you feel abandoned,When you feel alone and you say, God has forsaken me, what you mean is, I have forsaken God. 请记得，你指控他人的，其实是你自己所做的事。因此，当你感到自己被遗弃时，当你感到孤单而说上主遗弃了我时，你的意思其实是我抛弃了上主。For you have been chasing all of the idols of this world, the body, money, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, all of those delicious things that you want to participate in initially, and that you play around in, and that can indeed kill you. You see many of your rock stars at young ages not making it through the ego schemes, that sex, drugs, and rock and roll part of it, that many of you have played in those realms yourselves. And as you mature, as you see the pointlessness of those things, as you see the emptiness of those things, you mature into a being who can be healed. 因为你一直追逐世间的偶像，不论是身体、金钱、性、瘾头或是摇滚乐，这些都是你一开始想要投入的事情，你在其中玩耍，而这些事情其实足以毁掉你。你看到许多摇滚明星英年早逝，无法熬过小我的游戏，也就是性、瘾头以及摇滚这部分。你们很多人也曾在这种世界中玩耍。当你成熟时，当你看出这些事情毫无意义时，当你看出这些事情很空虚时，你便发展出一个能够被疗愈的人。And what is it that you are going to be healed of? You are going to be healed of your belief in separation. That is the only thing you need to be healed of.你要疗愈什么？你要疗愈的是你对分裂的信念，这是你唯一需要疗愈的地方。So when you are sick, when you are lonely, when you are ashamed or scared, what we want you to go to is this idea of separation that you are, in fact, indulging in. 因此，当你生病时，当你感到孤单时，当你感到羞愧或害怕时，我们希望你看到的是，你其实正沉浸在分裂的观念中。Every time you judge a brother, every time you judge yourself, every time you attack, you are strengthening the separation that you believe in. 每当你批判弟兄时，每当你批判自己时，每当你攻击时，你都是在强化你所相信的分裂。You believe in it, we know. How do we know you believe in it? You seem to have a separation body. The body is the clue. 我们知道你相信分裂，我们如何得知呢？因为你看似有一具个别的身体，身体就是线索。When you have a separate body, you seem to be contained in this individuality that is, we will say, impenetrable by other beings. 当你有一具个别的身体时，你看似受限于这个个别性，这是他人无法穿透的。When you have sex with somebody, you are trying to meld with them, but the bodies cannot truly meld. It is the heart and the mind that truly melds. 当你与某人交欢时，你试图与对方融合，但是身体无法真正的融合，唯有内心与心灵能够真正的融合。And so these bodies remain symbols of separation. If you try to find unity through the body, you will be endlessly disappointed. 因此，身体仍作为分裂的象征。如果你试图透过身体达到合一，你会不断地感到失望。And that's what happens with casual sex, for example, or perhaps leaving a husband or wife for a lover, because there seems to be this physical joining that's happening. 比如说一夜情或是婚外情，正是如此，因为人们总是在寻找身体层面的结合。But what will happen is the same separation will begin to manifest in another relationship until you go deep inside and realize what it is that you are truly trying to let go of. 但实际的情况是，同样的分裂感也会在另一段关系中浮现，直到你深入内心而看出你真正试图放下的是什么。You are trying to let go of your belief in separation. 你正試圖放下你對分裂的信念。You have all come into this place. You all have these individuated bodies. That's proof to you that you are alone, and that is what you must overcome. 你们都来到这个地方，有着个别化的身体来证明你的孤单的。 这是你必须克服的感觉。You must begin to focus on the kingdom of heaven. You must begin to focus on love and forgiveness. 因此，你必须开始聚焦于天国，聚焦于爱与宽恕。And as you do that, inevitably and inexorably, you will be led towards union with others. But it will not be a sexual union necessarily, although it could be. 如此一来，你会必然而然地被领向与他人合一的境地，但未必是性方面的结合，虽然也可能发生。But generally speaking, your practice of forgiveness, your focus on love and connection and communion and prayer and forgiveness, those things will bring you closer to other beings. 一般来说，你的宽恕练习，你在爱、连结、交融、祈祷和宽恕上的专注，会使你与他人越来越亲近。And you will see that you feel less alone. You will see that you feel less isolated. 因此，你比较不会感到孤单，比较不会感到孤立。The relationships you have will become deeper and purer and more loving. And you will become deeper and purer and more loving. Not that you are impure, but your mind is contaminated by ideas that are not true. 你所拥有的关系将会变得更深入、更纯洁且更有爱心。你自己也会变得更深入、更纯洁且更有爱心。这样说并不表示你现在不纯洁，而是你的内心受到非真的观念所污染。And the biggest idea that your mind is contaminated with this that God has abandoned you. 而你所受到的最大污染就是上主遗弃了你这个观念。God has not abandoned you. You are resting in the arms of God, and you will always be resting in the arms of God. You are His beloved son. You are His beloved daughter. 上主并没有遗弃你，你正安息于上主的怀抱，且永恒如是。你是他所钟爱的儿女。So make sure that your mind goes to these teachings when you feel desperate or alone, sad or victimized, unfairly treated. Remember that this is a dream, and you will wake up from it one day. 因此，当你感到绝望、孤单、悲伤，或觉得自己受到伤害或不公的对待时，请确保你的心灵转向这些教诲。请记得，这是一场梦，而你有一天会从中醒来。I am that one that you know as Jesus, and I will speak to you again soon. 我是你所知的耶稣，我们很快再续。